Oh, hey folks, good afternoon. Paul here with you. Just as a little side note, it really hurt giving that car back today. There were two other people who wanted to buy it, and he kind of held it for me and was kind of upset about it. But he let me go with another choice, which I'm kind of glad I did, because, I mean, I can't say reliability one way or another, but I feel better because what really worried me, I mean, the Lexus is a great car. I would never speak poorly of them, ever. They're really good cars. But that one, it was a $58,000 car when it was released. But that was a 2002. It was an old car. And, you know, it was beautiful. But I was afraid because, you know, it had 270,000 miles on it. And I think the Lexus will do it. But, I mean, it was so beautiful. But what really worried me, that thing had one of those complex convertibles. And what it did was it pulled back and it went down like this, and then another piece that went up like this, and then this piece went over here, and this one folded down. And you're talking about probably $1,500 to $1,800 to fix that. And I would have had to have been constantly doing it because it's convertible. I mean, I would have tried not to, but if it rains, you gotta do it, you know? So I was, you know, I was over my head. It was so beautiful. It was only a two-seater. It had little mini seats, like little jump seats there in the back. But that was about less than the size of my Volkswagen back seats, you know, and we can talk about things in theory, you know, about getting back there, theoretically possible, but nobody's going to do it. All right. I just checked the NASDAQ. It's up like 1.5%, 243 points. Let's continue on, and we will find out what is happening. Silver's up $2.43 to just under $60, and gold's on a tear. It's up beyond 4,100 now. It's up like $84. All right. So now let's go ahead and get into. Let's see what's happening with the Dow. And then we can get into the news. We'll keep this brief today. The Dow is up 385 points. That's 0.75%. Bitcoin was up. It was up like $1,700. And oil, let's see what's happening with oil. Oil is, God, it's up another $2.60. It's up another $2.20 a barrel, folks. It's now at 84.68. It's another one of the reasons why I had to break my heart. And I had to get rid of that beautiful convertible. I couldn't buy it because it's an 8-cylinder and it gets 12 miles a gallon. I mean, I just can't do it. Maybe to get like 17, 18 on the highway. That's it. I mean, it would have killed me in gas. All right, so nothing good there. Let's just go ahead now and get into Drudge, and let's get this under our belts. And then you can go about with your business today. You don't have to listen to me. Strikes unlikely to move Iran. It's like I told you yesterday, folks. When you saw the Titanic and you saw how big it was, and then they take you up 1,500 feet above, 1,800, 2,500 feet above the ocean in the dark, and you look at it in that movie Titanic, and it was a little tiny little boat that in a huge ocean. That's the problem. You bomb Iran. I mean, they've got fucking, from what I understand, they've got limited nukes buried in their mountains. How the hell are you going to get to those? I don't think so. War enters bleak new phase. Attacks on water, power, infrastructure amid escalation. You know, folks, I'm no expert on this, but it may be a war crime. If you're bombing civilian infrastructure, it may be a war crime. I'm not even sure that's legal. Nuke centrifuge moved into Pickaxe Mountain. Just what I told you. I didn't read this. I know they were showing animation of it, and they got fucking shit military rockets that are, you couldn't even get them with a nuclear bomb. You couldn't get them. They're buried inside mountains. New threat, Red Sea blockade, which is why you're seeing oil up. Pentagon out of money. Johnson breaks. Wrap it up. More and more people are becoming as smart as my subscribers and me. Because we all know that there is nothing Trump can do to alleviate the situation in Iran. It's his dumbass ego. So I know exactly what it is. Sorry, folks. And that's what it is. It's his ego. So all you have to do is tell him to declare victory and get the hell out of Dodge. That's the long and short of it. And everybody knows it, including all these subs I got. All 16 of them. We're all the same. We all know it. Stand by, folks. Man, it broke my heart. It did. Can you imagine me tooling around in a convertible like that? I mean, I slept on it last night. I hadn't done anything about it. I didn't do anything about it until 10 o'clock this morning. That was the earliest I could get in. But folks, I want to tell you something. Get ready, and put a little KY on it, because, folks, I think we're going to be looking at over $5 a gallon for regular gasoline. I think it's coming within like a few months. I think within a year we might see $6 a gallon if they don't get the hell out of Iran. And more and more infrastructure keeps getting blown up with natural gas and this and that and storage facilities and ships. It's hard to say. And you're going to see more and more companies going out of business. That's why I did it. I had to get a fuel-efficient car. I couldn't get that, and it was everything in me to buy that yesterday. I'm telling you. I had no trouble putting out all the money I had to put down on it. All right, folks, let's get to it, and let's get to it. Let's get through the Drudge Report, okay? And then you can go back along with your lives. We got 16 smart people here. Folks, is this creepy? That's the head of the IRS. He spied on colleagues when he worked at JP Morgan. That is, that's the strangest looking person I've ever seen to date. Military fitness experts bash Hegseth's workout videos. He's doing it all wrong. You know what, folks? I'm going to tell you what I think is the truth. I'm no one to talk about being in shape. I am not. First of all, I can't walk anymore because the heat is so horrendous. You can't walk. Not even early in the morning. You suck hot, wet air into your lungs. I can't work out anymore until maybe like the 15th of October. That's when it will drop and your t-shirt doesn't sweat up underneath you and stuff like that. It happens about the 16th, 17th of the month of October every year. It's the same. Sometimes it goes on a little bit more. Sometimes it heats up a little bit after that. But by November 1st, Halloween, it's over. 31st of October, it's over. And it gets cool and you can work out. This is what I want to tell you about that. You have to find your own way. Because you can do push-ups or sit-ups. The thing is, it's really, really good for you and really, really works well. But if you won't do it, what good is it? You know what I mean? Every person has to find their own way. For me, it's walking and playing disc golf. That's all I can do. It's about all I can afford to do. All right. Let's continue on. Jesus Christ. Is that fucking scary? Is that fucking scary? Stand by. Anyways, I know some of you haven't eaten, but we will move on. That is bizarre, isn't it? A DMV era led to 400 non-citizens voting in New Jersey, governor says. I think it's safe to say that the number is probably 100 times greater than that, frankly. That's just my opinion. They've been telling us for a long time. They've been warning us about it. Rise of white-only heritage communities. Chilling map shows where 117,000 surveillance cameras are hiding. Device hidden in cars leaves them vulnerable to hacking and paralysis. Europe to hit 120 for the first time ever. It's over 100 degrees in London. Trump will allow Tate brothers to be extradited to Britain. So they're going to go. I don't know. It's these two right here. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. New details about charges. We'll wait for the movie. Sick stash of indecent child images. Well, my guess would be 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, and they call them children. Peter Schiff, the gold guy, he also says it, kinda. I don't say it because I think they should just leave these children alone. They are kind of children, and they shouldn't be messing around with them. You know, I'm sure they all do in those rap communities and all those music communities. I'm sure they do. And I think it was probably like, 14-year-old girls. But if it's prepubescent, that's a real problem. That's a real problem. I don't have any sympathy, one way or another, for this. And, fetal rape and all that, babies in the fetus that are fondled and stuff like that. This has all got to stop. Okay, it says it's a 6th stat. Let's read it, okay? Let's read it. I think that's interesting enough. Tate shame. Andrew Tate raped and choked women unconscious in UK and had 6 stash of indecent child images. The self-proclaimed misogynist had also been accused of possessing indecent child imagery and extreme porn as part of his 32 fresh charges. Well, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see any of these. I'm looking to see if there's any giveaway tips like, prepubescent or something like that, but I don't think we'll see that. I just don't think we're going to see it. Andrew faces 32 new charges, including 7 related to rape and 19 involving extreme pornography and indecent images of children. The brothers have been accused of choking women, sometimes until they fell unconscious, then raping them. I don't know if that's it. I'm still looking for it. Okay, that's it. That's all it's saying. So these two, you never like to talk about anyone until they're proven guilty, but I think these two were probably a handful. Let's just say that, okay? They were a handful. In other words, I wouldn't want to be a woman next to them. As the MAGA turns, Erica Kirk unloads on Candace, soulless ghoul. She may be right. That Candace Owens is not right. She claims to be a Republican or a red tapped or red buttoned or whatever the hell. No thanks. The miraculous winning streak that transformed Red Sox into juggernaut. Let's have a look at that. It happened to the Indians one time. They won like 14 games in a row. 4 weeks ago, the Red Sox had the worst record in the American League and were preparing to sell at the upcoming trade deadline. Now they've won 14 straight and resurrected their season. Absolutely. When you win those kind of game numbers, it doesn't, but generally speaking, it's followed by a dip. You know, you'll lose like 6 or 7 in a row, but we'll see. Just 4 weeks ago, Boston Red Sox were more stomach churning than a bowl of clam chowder left in the New England sun. They had the worst record in the American League, putting them 15 and a half games behind in their division and 6 games out of the wild card. All right, so what happened now with the 14 games? How many games are they behind now? How many? Oh, Christ almighty. Hang on, folks. Hang on. Okay, folks, we will continue. Sorry, I had a couple of trucks there, and those are not easy. Okay, study dementia contagious in marriage. I don't doubt it. They're saying a lot of these Republican seats are going to flip to Democrat. Brutal mass ESPN layoff. Trump is squeezing Canada. Don't expect them to roll over. President prepares fresh tariffs on dozens of countries. It may not even be legal. Aren't they refunding some of the things from elsewhere in the world? We got this weird tropical storm moving in. So hang on, folks. Okay, what a weird storm. Have you ever seen anything like this? That's Alabama, where it is now, and it's going toward Louisiana and Colorado and all that shit. The hell has ever heard of anything like this? Let's see where the cone is. It's bizarre. Texas? Upper is Houston? It's going to go into Texas. 60-mile-an-hour winds sustained. All right, let's continue on here. A bug spray breeding tougher mosquitoes? Of course. How do you think things happen? That's what they do. They become immune to the spray. Not all of them, but some of them, a few of them. And what do you think? You get tougher killing mosquitoes. It's the same way with bug spray. Same crap. Homeownership rate lower than thought, new research finds, sure. Locomotive named Big Boy making grown men cry. Let's have a look at that. I can't wait to see it. All right, there it is right there, okay? There's a train that's making men cry. Okay, good enough. We'll wait for the movie there. We're almost done. France bans socials for kids. Another useless, pointless, stupid shit. Well, how are they going to enforce it? How are they going to do it? Ridiculous. Mog says this is no ordinary bubble. Climate activists pelt Microsoft data center with balloons full of acid. McConnell aides launch new health cover-up. Refuse to answer basic questions. Miami cost of living surpasses New York City for first time ever. Woman gives birth to miracle identical quadruplets. Crushing crowds turn Yosemite into Disney. Folks, Nothing Burger, good to be with you. Take care. Come back tomorrow, and we'll do it all over again. Thanks for being with me. Subscribe. Be nobody. Bye.